Dear ladies and gentlemen, in this world, suffering. Default text. Indeed, the humanity and the light of Christ affect humanity. Please watch the film telling the story, Light Amid the Smoke and Fire in World War II. In 1943, Europe was plunged into the darkness of World War II. Polish villages were devastated by bombs. Houses were in ruins. Black smoke rose from the half-burned tiled roofs. In that desolate scene, there was still a small place where the sound of prayer echoed. It was a Dominican monastery. The nuns lived a simple life, praying every day for peace and caring for the poor people crushed by the war. Sister Maria was about 40 years old, with a gentle face and a thin figure. That day, when it was pouring rain, she brought a basket of bread and medicine to distribute to the people. Suddenly, she heard a weak groan under the old oak tree. As she approached with trembling steps, she was stunned to see a young German soldier, about 20, his clothes torn, his stomach covered in blood. His face was pale, his breathing was ragged. Maria's heart suddenly tightened. She knew clearly, the German soldiers were enemies, hated by the villagers, and if she took them in, the monastery could be destroyed. But that look, the desperate pleading look of a dying man, did not allow her to turn away. She bent down, her voice trembling as she whispered, "You are God's child. Your blood is as red as everyone else's. I will not let you die here." Maria quickly pulled the soldier into the forest, hid him under the firewood, then quietly brought him back to the monastery, her heart tormented but determined. There was a small cellar in the monastery, which was only used to store food. The nun turned it into a shelter for the young soldier. His name was Johann. The wound in his abdomen was very serious and had become infected. Johann suffered from a persistent fever and was constantly delirious. Sister Maria was by his side day and night, cooking herbs from the garden, sewing bandages from old clothes, and praying with rosaries. One night, Johann woke up. His eyes were full of hatred, his voice was hoarse. "Do you know who I am? I am your enemy. I am a German soldier, an invader of this country." Maria just smiled gently. "No, I am not the enemy. I am just a human, wounded, in need of life." That sentence was like a drop of cool water falling into the dry desert. Johann fell silent. From that day on, despite his doubts, he began to listen. He told about his old mother in Berlin, about the sleepless nights missing home, and about the fear when facing death on the battlefield. Maria was silent, just listening attentively. Her eyes were like a mother comforting her lost child. Rumors spread throughout the village. A wounded German soldier was hiding somewhere. Patrols began searching every house. Many of the nuns in the convent were suspicious of Maria. Some whispered, "You are too reckless. If they find out, we will all be burned." One night, there was a loud knock on the door. German soldiers, guns drawn, entered the convent. Flashlights were everywhere. The air was heavy and suffocating. Maria calmly walked out. She led them through the rooms. Meanwhile, in the cellar, Johann was trembling, hugging the small cross Maria had given him. When the soldiers left, Johann burst into tears, holding her hand. Why did you risk it? They could have executed you." Maria gently replied, "If we let fear win, humanity would be in even more darkness than war." Her steadfast gaze planted a new seed in Johann's heart, the seed of hope. Time passed. Johann's wound gradually healed. He could sit up, even help Maria wash the bandages, light candles in the chapel. He listened to Maria read the Word of God, and sometimes, he himself held the Bible and read it, trembling. The words about forgiveness and love made his eyes well up with tears. He whispered, "I used to think The power was in the guns and bullets, but now, I see it in the caring hands of a nun. Without fear. Maria smiled. The war will pass. Only love remains. One morning, Johann heard that his unit had been destroyed in a nearby battle. He was shocked. His heart stopped. He realized it was Maria's hand that kept him alive. Amidst the devastating smoke and fire, a ray of kindness saved him. Spring 1945. The war came to an end. The Germans retreated. Johann had fully recovered, and now, he had to leave. At the monastery gate, he knelt before Maria, his eyes red. I am not worthy, but please, let me keep this cross. I want to wear it, to remember that, in the darkness, I was saved by a kind hand. Maria placed the cross in his hand, her voice whispering, "As a sower of peace, Johann, come back, and give this light back to your family. Johann, come back, and give this light back to your family." Johann walked away, in the middle of a field full of spring flowers. He looked back, the small monastery roof rang with the evening bell. Maria stood at the gate, her white habit fluttering gently in the wind, smiling kindly. Johann's tears rolled down, but in his heart, he knew for sure, no matter how cruel the world is, the light of kindness will never be extinguished. Thank you for listening to this touching story. If you find it meaningful, please click like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to follow the next stories. Leave a comment below, share your thoughts, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and see you again.